But here we go.
Here come the lights. The new season is underway. Fassi from pole leads us away. Can he keep it down into turn number 1? The Williams man will lead us into turn number 1 of the season. Freddie Rasmussen fighting to keep Lawrence behind, and Lawrence is still in P3. The top 3 off the line as they were. Barry Borman trying to put the pressure on in the Scarlet Ferrari. Can't find his way through. Super opening lap for everyone so far. That's bold around the outside from Ronha. He's gained a couple of positions. He's gained even more now. He roars past to take P4. He's the big winner on lap number 1. Ismail Fassi got the start he wanted to under big pressure. They had a long time to think about that in the arena. We are nose to tail on the opening lap of the new season. Williams ahead of Red Bull, ahead of Aston Martin. That is a dive to the inside for Brendan Lee. 2 champions going wheel to wheel against each other. And the man who started off the title party many years ago finds himself ahead of the McLaren man. And we're on board with the man on debut, hassling the champion for P2. You hear the beep in the driver's ear to tell them they've got DRS. Is there about to be a change of lead? No need at this stage. But this is what we love about F1 sim racing. It is on the line all the way through. You are one lockup away from tumbling out of the points.
But just look at the gaps. The entire field on lap 6 are in DRS of each other. Fassi is leading a train like you would see in Monaco in real life, where they would just be 5-6 seconds a lap slower. Probably not that slow, but this is just so conservative right now. We could see an aggressive strategy from a driver, middle of the pack, and they could leapfrog a lot.
Looking back, is there a chance here?
I like the way Freddie, I don't think he's going to go for the move this time. Just again, he's just conserving that P2 position. He fell back from Fassi about half a second out of that first sector, so he could then push. But look at Lawrence.
Chance on debut. Lawrence tries to go for the move. Change of lead. Freddie Rasmussen gets by. Fassi is passed. And who got P3? Side by side we go. The reigning world champion hits the front of the field, but who will be third? He's not going to go around the outside again, is he? The outside line becomes the inside line for Thomas Ronha, who's gained another position as Freddie Rasmussen hits the front and takes the lead.
It is pass or be passed right now, Alex. Freddie Rasmussen, I don't know if he even wanted the lead, but he had to, because Lawrence was on his outside, and then there was Ronha as well. So Freddie Rasmussen leads. As here we go, look, so Rasmussen had to pass Fassi, as much as he probably didn't want to with all of his strategy, but he takes the lead anyway. Fassi doesn't really fight it, and then you have Ronha and Lawrence fighting side by side for the next couple of corners. Ronha beautifully making that move. Danny Beresnay coming in very early indeed, and he's gone on to the hard tyres. So what's Danny in the Mercedes attempting to do there?
Oh, look at this! All pouring in. So we asked the question, would everyone respond? The answer is yes. Get rid of those medium tyres as soon as possible, and there are a huge amount of pit stops going on out front. We continue on to lap 10. We have a new leader leading on debut, Pookie in the Mercedes. And Danny Beresnay, according to our graphic there, has vaulted up past Fassi, past Ronha, and he's only behind Rasmussen for the net race lead. We find ourselves ready to continue the race for the net race lead, and going around the outside and trying to force his way by, and he does get by. Fassi retakes that position. Freddie Rasmussen in a great position a few moments ago, passed by 2.
Beresnay now leads this train. A net race lead for Danny Beresnay. Let's see what happens with Pookie, for example, because Pookie stayed with essentially the recommended strategy that we thought they were going to do. He's just pit now onto the hard tyres. He's 1.1 off the back of the train with 3-lap fresher tyres. So if Pookie can start to make some moves, perhaps we will reflect in 16 laps' time that it wasn't the greatest thing to pit on lap 9. But you'd imagine with the amount of teams deciding that, they think it's possible. As we are now taking a look at Jarno Opmeer, of course, let's not forget there are hard tyre runners out there as well. Manley, Opmeer, Blakely, Butcher, all working together. Nicholas Longay in that pack as well. You'll see, Jarno's not going to go for the move of this essentially race lead, but won't be the net race lead. These guys, it's a time trial. They are trying to minimise the loss on this hard tyre at the moment so they can go full attack on the mediums when they decide to pit. As we now have some pit stops from Manley and Opmeer, and neither of the McLarens deciding to pit, and of course they won't be able to pit at the same time because they'd have to double stack. So we have a McLaren 1-2 at the moment, but unfortunately, if you are a McLaren Shadow fan, neither of them have pit yet.
Earlier on, we saw Butcher P17 on the grid. Lucas Blakely lined up at
P14, defending.
And now the defence begins. How well placed is this? Because you can make a case for the top three, the top four, who have made their stops already, being contenders here. Dani Beresnay will know that many chances like this, to vault yourself out of a tricky qualifying and get to the very front of the field, this just does not happen week in, week out, and it looks super close behind as well. Is the world champion able to surge past for what would be net second place? They continue to run millimetres apart.
As we now have the rest of the hard tyre runners coming in, apart from Longuet and Butcher, who continue on.
But this will be our battle for the lead, for the win. You can see 11 seconds away. So even with the fresher tyres, Longuet and Butcher, we've got a time advantage at the moment. Ron going the long way round. That was going to be audacious. It looked like it was impossible, and then in the end on the brakes it was.
That looked like a double overtake, and it ended up with none of them. The Manley and Otmere, take a look at that. They have entered the train now, from the hards to the mediums, so they will be very quick indeed. So keep an eye on their progress. 13th and 14th. They are the front runners of the hard tyre runner at the beginning of the race.
As Dani Beresnay finally takes the overall race lead, the man who started 8th on the grid, rolled the dice with the strategy, has he rolled P1?
Have a listen to this, Alex. This is the pace that Dani Beresnay is putting down. A 1 minute 19.2 last time out. Jarno Otmere, a 1 minute 17.5.
Wow.
That's the pace that they can do. But now Otmere is stuck in this train as Rasmussen. Is he going to now go for the look round the outside?
Oh, that is such a risk at this stage. Look at how much everyone is catching our race leader into 9, into 10. And now we send it down to the place where you've got to be brave on the brakes if you want to make a pass. We're looking back from Freddie Rasmussen. Can Fassi do anything about Dani Beresnay out front, trying to return to the winner's circle today? It is really, really intense in this arena right now, and the reason is that there's nothing between the two of them. Tom Manley up to P9. He just got Pascal in the Haas. Is there an opportunity late on the brakes? Who's got the move there? Josh Edu looking for the move. Barry Borrament trying to power past. Barry Borrament in the Ferrari, trying to stay on the front foot. It's getting frantic right now.
Importantly, Manley and Otmere, they haven't made any more positions up with 10 laps to go on the fresher mediums.
Well, that was always going to be the problem, wasn't it? Like, if ever there was a circuit, I think Monaco's right up there, but if ever there was a circuit where you want track position first, oh, it's getting really tight now. Manley trying to fight through. Josh Edu as well, hanging on to 7th position, but it's getting frantic now.
I don't think Otmere, is he going to go for the move? These two are working together a lot with these medium tyres. Otmere's going to go round the outside, which will be the inside line for the next corner. He decides against it. He knows this is a time trial as much as it is positions right now. They need to dispatch of these much more worn tyres ahead of them. Manley in a very good position.
He really is. And there's another opportunity. Josh Edu putting the pressure on. Further up as Pookie got past Lawrence with those fresher tyres. Still we continue on fighting.
This is so beautifully poised, Alex. You've got Pookie on the freshest tyres of the top 5. You've got Manley on the mediums flying. Ron Haas and Freddie Rasmussen, they're battling.
They're battling for 3rd place at the moment. Ron Haas and Rasmussen are top 2 in the championship last year.
He's got him.
Looks like he's got him. There's the picture to tell you that he has. Thomas Ronha continues. He's overtaking.
But look at Pookie. Look at Pookie. He's right on Freddie.
And there's another opportunity. Will he get there? He's to the inside. He's going through. The rookie making waves in qualifying was Lawrence. The rookie making waves in the race is Pookie with fresher tyres, with an opportunity to get past the couple ahead of him as well. It's getting so scrappy with the cars getting loose here, and Freddie Rasmussen is down to 5th.
We've got battling ahead. Manley and Otmere, that is. That's crucial. That's the battle for the fastest medium runner.
Oh, that is
that's close.
Absolutely brilliant. brilliant stuff from both of them to get through. Altmere first, then Blakely after Manley was shuffled off the racing line. Huge speed, huge commitment, and now Altmere is the lead runner who did the alternative strategy. Is it me, or do the moves feel on the ragged edge around this circuit?
It really is. I mean, they're sideways anyway, as Fabrizio Donoso gets a penalty, and Lucas Blakely trying to defend from not one, but two cars behind. Longuet's now passing Manley. Manley's lost 3 positions almost in 1 lap. They continue to battle, but that's Ronha. Ronha now fighting Pookie for P3.
Pookie with that fresher tyre. Pookie on debut, but you wouldn't know it because he is all over the road and attacking all the time. Look at the grip he's got out of the corner, inching closer all the time. How brave is he feeling on the brakes? Waits for another opportunity. Dani Beresne trying to continue that winning feeling in the Sim Racing Championship. Oh, that is so late on the brakes. Can you get to the apex first? Can you fight your way by? Lawrence and Rasmussen, super close, and Lawrence takes P5. Altmere gets past Rasmussen as well.
It looked like Lawrence pushed Rasmussen wide slightly there, and now he's being under attack from Blakely as well. How's Rasmussen gonna do? He's under a lot of threat right now.
The man who, when he got past Ismail Fassi earlier on, Freddie Rasmussen, looked in a great position to win this one, finds himself being shuffled back, and we go again. They're banging wheels into turn 11. Extraordinary stuff.
Rasmussen's down to 9th.
Incredible. Carreton trying to make it even worse. Carreton does have the penalty, by the way, so that's a pass on track, but not for the overall position.
Alfie's got him as well. Freddie's out of the points right now. Both of them do have penalties, but Rasmussen's got Manley behind him, who's on faster tyres.
Fassi trying to take his maiden win in the championship. Ronhard trying to take advantage of a tough day, and further back, the man who started at the very back, Crozen, trying to get on the front foot, trying to get ahead. They're fishtailing all over the road, and they're getting ruder and ruder to each other as we get towards the end. Oh, who's feeding? Oh, spinning! Down the order, Nicolas Longuet going hyper-aggressive. I'm amazed that's the first time that has happened. Locking up, they have been on the brink like that all the way through, and that all locked up into the penultimate corner of the racetrack. Is there a chance for a change of positions? That's the best car placement for a while. Slewing into the side of the kick and still continuing on. Pookie trying to apply the pressure.
The final corner. We are starting the final lap. Bring it on.
14 turns to go.
Fassi's going to have a great opportunity. This could be it. Fassi around the outside.
Fassi goes around the outside, and he's played it to perfection. Ronhard steaming through as well. Oh, they make contact and massive speed. An amazing moment. Pookie is up to 2nd position. Beresne's chances of victory fade at the very end, and it's Lawrence who's going to be on the podium on debut. Can you believe what we've just seen at the end? At high speed to roar around the outside to take P1 on the last lap, and the man who started on pole is going to win it, but that won't tell you the story. What a performance for Ismail Fassi, who crosses the line. Fassi wins the opening race of the year, and yes, my friend, you're a sim racing winner. He converts pole to the win with a move for P1 on the last lap, and Williams have something to smile about at last. Look at the emotion. That is absolutely extraordinary. One of the best races we have ever seen. Fassi got to the win. Pookie got to 2nd on debut, and that at the very end was a brilliant move. Beresne coming home in 3rd place according to my timing screen. But who knows what just happened there, because that was a blur, a complete and utter blur.